Money. It's one of the most talked about things in the world, yet one of the most misunderstood. You've been told that money is the root of all evil. You've heard that wanting more is greedy, that working for it will drain your soul, and that only a lucky few ever truly have enough. But let me tell you something, that's a lie. Money is not evil, it's a tool. A tool that gives you choices, freedom, and security. But here's the truth they don't tell you. Money doesn't change who you are, it amplifies who you already are. If you're generous, money will let you give more. If you're selfish, money will make you more selfish. If you're disciplined, money will open doors you never imagined. The real danger isn't money, it's ignorance about money, because when you don't understand it, you become a slave to it. You live paycheck to paycheck, always chasing, never feeling in control. You work for money instead of making money work for you. And that's exactly what they want. They want you to stay in the system, trading your time for a paycheck, never realizing that time is the one thing you can never earn back. So stop believing the lie, stop fearing money, stop thinking it's only for others. The truth is, money is neutral. It's what you do with it that matters. The question isn't whether money is good or bad. The question is, are you ready to take control of it, or will you let it control you? You've been told that if you just work harder, you'll make more money. If you put in longer hours, success will come. But let's be real. If hard work alone made people rich, construction workers, nurses, and janitors would be the wealthiest people in the world. Hard work is important, but it's not enough. The truth is, it's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about knowing where to put your effort, what skills to develop, and how to make your time work for you. Look at the richest people in the world. Do they work the longest hours? No. They focus on value. They build, invest, and create systems that generate money even when they're not working. If you're grinding day and night but still stuck in the same place, maybe the problem isn't how hard you work, maybe it's what you're working on. Since you were young, you were told what success looks like. Get good grades, go to college, get a stable job, buy a house, retire at 65. That's a blueprint, right? But here's the problem. Who designed this blueprint? And more importantly, does it even work? If this definition of success was the key to happiness, why are so many people stressed, tired, and unfulfilled? Why do people who follow this path still feel stuck? Because success isn't a one-size-fits-all formula. It's not just a degree, a paycheck, or a title. Real success is building a life that actually excites you. It's having the freedom to wake up and do what you love. It's about growth, purpose, and impact, not just fitting into a system that was never designed with your dreams in mind. So stop chasing someone else's version of success and start creating your own. Hard work is important, but let's be honest. If hard work alone was the answer, construction workers, janitors, and factory workers would be the richest people in the world. Effort without direction is like running on a treadmill. You're moving, but you're not getting anywhere. Some people wake up early, stay up late, and push themselves to exhaustion, yet they're still stuck. Why? Because they're grinding without a plan. They confuse activity with progress. Think about this. If you were digging for gold, would you keep digging in random spots, hoping to get lucky? Or would you study the land, find the best location, and dig with purpose? The same applies to life. Work smart. Learn, adapt, focus on actions that move you forward, not just keep you busy. Because without strategy, no amount of effort will change your situation. For years, people have been told the same thing. Work hard, make money, and success will follow. It sounds simple, right? But if this was the whole truth, why do so many hardworking people struggle to get ahead? Look around. There are people working 2 or 3 jobs, barely making ends meet. There are small business owners grinding 80-hour weeks just to survive. Hard work is important, but it's not enough. And if effort alone was the answer, the hardest working people would always be the most successful. But in reality, the ones who rise aren't just working hard, they're working smart. They understand leverage. They know how to use their skills, knowledge, and connections to create bigger opportunities. Think about it. A person digging a ditch with a shovel is working hard. But someone using an excavator is getting the job done faster, with less effort, and making more money doing it. The difference? Tools, knowledge, and strategy. The world doesn't reward effort alone. It rewards results. If you want to move ahead, stop following an outdated formula. Work hard, yes, but also work wisely. Find better ways. Learn, adapt. That's the real path to success. Have you ever wondered why so many people do everything they were told? Study hard, get a good job, work long hours, yet still feel stuck. They played by the rules. But instead of the life they dreamed of, they're left exhausted, frustrated, and wondering what went wrong. This happens because the traditional path is built on the idea that hard work alone guarantees success. But in reality, it doesn't. People assume that if they just push through, things will eventually get better. But life doesn't work that way. Effort without direction is like running on a treadmill. You're moving, but you're not going anywhere. Think about those who work themselves to the bone only to watch someone else rise faster with half the struggle. It's not luck, it's not unfair, it's understanding how to move smarter. Hard work without the right strategy leads to exhaustion, not progress. If you're feeling frustrated, if you're tired of putting in effort without seeing results, it's time to change something. You don't need to work harder, you need to work differently. It's time to step off the treadmill and start moving forward. Most people think wealth is about luck, family connections, or a secret formula only a few know, but that's not true. The difference between wealthy people and everyone else isn't just money, it's how they think, what they focus on, and how they use their time. Wealthy people don't trade time for money. They trade time for knowledge, skills, and opportunities, while most people work just to get by. Wealthy individuals work to build something that pays them long after they stop working. They understand that money is a tool, not just a reward. Instead of spending every dollar they earn, they invest in things that grow. Businesses, skills, and assets that work for them. Think about this. The average person waits for permission. Permission to start, permission to take a risk, permission to go after what they want. Wealthy people don't wait. They make decisions, they take action, and they learn as they go. They know that waiting costs more than failing. So ask yourself, are you spending your time building something that lasts, or are you stuck in a cycle of working just to survive? If you want real wealth, start thinking like those who have it. Most people live in a loop they don't even realize they're stuck in. They wake up, go to work, collect a paycheck, spend that money on bills, rent, entertainment, then do it all over again. Month after month, year after year, no progress, no growth, just survival. Let me tell you something. This cycle is not an accident. It's a system designed to keep people just comfortable enough to stay where they are. You work hard, but instead of your money working for you, it disappears as fast as you earn it. And the worst part, you get so used to it that you don't even question it. Think about this. How many people do you know who make more money than they did 5 years ago, yet they still feel broke? That's because earning more doesn't fix the problem. Changing how you think about money does. Wealthy people break this cycle by doing one thing differently. They don't just work for money, they make money work for them. They invest, they save, they build assets. So ask yourself, are you just earning to survive, or are you earning to escape? Because the cycle will never break itself. You have to break it. A paycheck feels safe, doesn't it? You show up, do your job, and every 2 weeks, money hits your account. It's predictable, it's comfortable, but let me ask you, how secure do you really feel? Because the truth is, a paycheck is not security. It's a leash. The moment that paycheck stops, how long can you survive? A month? Maybe 2? That's not security. That's dependency. Think about it. Companies lay people off every day. Jobs get replaced by technology. Entire industries change overnight. And when that happens, what happens to your so-called security? It vanishes. Real security isn't about depending on someone else to pay you. It's about building something that keeps working for you. Whether that's investments, skills that make you valuable, or income that doesn't stop when you stop working. Look at the people who are truly secure. They don't live paycheck to paycheck. They create, they own, they build. They understand that relying on one source of income is the biggest risk of all. So ask yourself, are you in control of your future? Or is someone else holding the key? Because security isn't given, it's built. Money is supposed to be a tool, something you use to build your life. But for most people, it's the other way around. They don't control money, money controls them. It decides what they can do, where they can go, and even how they feel. Tell me this, how many times have you let money stop you from doing something? How often do you feel trapped because you're just trying to keep up with bills? That's not freedom. That's living on a leash. The problem isn't money itself, it's how you handle it. Some people let every dollar slip through their fingers, spending on things that don't matter, while others never invest in themselves because they're scared to let go. Either way, they stay stuck. Look at the people who have real control. They don't let money run their life. They use it wisely. They save, invest, and make it work for them. They understand that money isn't something to fear, it's something to master. So ask yourself, who's in charge? You or your bank balance? Because the day you start making money work for you is the day you stop being a prisoner to it. Most people believe that the only way to get ahead is to work longer hours, extra shifts, grinding every single day. But let me tell you something, if hard work alone made people rich, construction workers, janitors, and factory workers would be the wealthiest people on the planet. Wealth isn't about how many hours you put in, it's about what you do with those hours. Two people can work the same 12-hour shift. One stays stuck, the other builds a fortune. Why? Because one understands strategy while the other only understands effort. Think about someone like Warren Buffett. He didn't get rich by working endless hours. He learned how to make his money work for him. He focused on smart investments, ownership, and decisions that multiplied his income while others were still trading time for money. So ask yourself, are you just working hard or are you working smart? Because the truth is, no matter how many hours you put in, if you don't have a plan, you'll always be running in circles. It's not about exhaustion, it's about direction. Stop wearing yourself out. Start building a strategy that frees you from the cycle. Most people think wealth is just about money, but let me tell you something, it's not. The real difference between those who build wealth and those who struggle isn't luck, talent, or background, it's mindset. The wealthy don't see money as just paper, they see it as a tool, a resource. They don't spend to impress others. They invest to secure. They don't fear risk. They study it, manage it, and take action when the odds are right. But struggling people, they chase quick wins. They fear failure so much that they never take the first step. Look around. How many people complain about being broke, but never change their habits? How many dream of financial freedom, yet spend every extra dollar on things that give them nothing in return? Wealthy people think long term. They don't just work for money, they make money work for them. They understand that every dollar has a job, to grow, to multiply, to create more opportunities. If you're stuck in the same cycle, ask yourself, is it because you don't have enough money or because you don't think about money the right way? Change how you see it and you'll change what you can do with it. Everyone wants more money. They think if they just make enough, all their problems will disappear. But here's the truth, chasing money alone will never get you ahead. In fact, it will keep you stuck. Think about it, the people who are always running after the next paycheck, the next raise, the next quick win, are they truly free? No, they're trapped. Trapped in a cycle where they trade time for money, spend what they earn, and then start over again. They work harder, not smarter. They chase money, but they never build real wealth. Wealthy people don't chase money, they attract it. They focus on creating value, solving problems, and building something that lasts. They understand that money is a byproduct of knowledge, skills, and smart decisions. Instead of running after cash, they make money work for them. Look at those who built lasting success. They didn't just grab opportunities, they created them. They invested in themselves, mastered skills, and built systems that paid them over time. If you want real financial freedom, stop chasing money. Start chasing growth, impact, and the ability to do more with what you have. Because when you bring value, money follows. Money is not the goal, it's a tool, and just like any tool, if you don't know how to use it, it will control you instead of serving you. Too many people live their lives working for money, never realizing they have the power to make money work for them. They trade their time for a paycheck, spend it as fast as they earn it, and wonder why they never feel ahead. That's because they're treating money like an object to chase instead of a tool to build something greater. Think about a hammer. A hammer by itself is useless. But in the hands of someone who knows how to build, it creates homes, furniture, and structures that last for generations. Money works the same way. If you don't know how to use it, it's just numbers in your bank account. But if you learn to invest, save, and make smart choices, that money can give you freedom. Look at those who have built real wealth. They didn't just earn, they multiplied. They use money to buy time, invest in skills, and create income that works even when they don't. That's the difference. Use money as a tool and it will serve you. Chase it blindly and you'll be its servant forever. Money doesn't make you rich or poor, your mindset does. The way you think about money shapes every decision you make, and those decisions create your future. Some people see money as a problem, others see it as an opportunity. Some believe there's never enough, while others find ways to create more. This is the difference between those who stay broke and those who build wealth. It's not about luck or background. It's about how you see the game. People with a poor mindset think small. They focus on survival, spending what they have and hoping things get better. They blame the system, their job, or their circumstances. But those with a rich mindset take control. They learn, they adapt, and they make their money work for them. They don't just spend, they invest. They don't just wish, they take action. Look at anyone who has built wealth. They weren't born knowing how to do it. They changed the way they thought about money. If you want different results, you have to change your mindset first, because until you do, money will always be something you chase instead of something you control. Imagine this. You're running, sweating, pushing yourself to the limit. But after an hour, you look around and you're still in the exact same spot. That's what happens when you work hard without direction. A lot of people wake up early, stay up late, and grind every single day, thinking that effort alone will take them somewhere. But here's the truth. If you don't know where you're going, you're just burning energy. Hard work without a plan is like a car with no GPS. You can drive all day, but if you don't have a destination, you'll just end up lost. Look at people who have built real success. They didn't just work hard, they worked smart. They knew what they were aiming for, and every step they took was towards something bigger. Hard work is important, but without direction, it's just wasted effort. So ask yourself, are you just moving or are you actually going somewhere? Don't mistake exhaustion for progress. Stop running in circles. Find a clear target and put your effort into something that moves you forward, not just something that keeps you busy. What separates people who build wealth from those who constantly struggle, it's not luck, it's not just hard work, it's a shift in how they think. Wealthy people don't just work for money, they make money work for them. They don't trade hours for dollars forever. They look for ways to build, invest, and create something that grows over time. They understand that every dollar is a seed that can be planted to produce more. Struggling people, they live paycheck to paycheck, thinking that if they just work harder, everything will change. But effort without a change in thinking keeps them stuck. They spend what they earn never setting money aside, never looking for ways to make it multiply. Look at someone who broke out of struggle and built real wealth. They didn't do it by chance, they made a decision to think differently. They learned about money, took risks, and made sacrifices. If you want to change your life, start with your mindset. Start thinking about how to grow, because wealth isn't just about money. It's about how you see the world and what you do with what you have. People spend their whole lives running after money, thinking that if they just earn more, life will finally feel right. But here's the truth. Chasing money without purpose will always leave you feeling empty. Look around. There are people making millions, yet they wake up every morning feeling lost. Why? Because money is a tool, not a destination. It can buy comfort, but it can't buy meaning. It can build security, but it won't build happiness. People who only chase money often miss out on the bigger picture. They sacrifice their time, their health, their relationships, only to find that no amount of cash can fill what they've lost. And the worst part, the more you chase it, the more it controls you. Now, think about those who build wealth in a way that lasts. They focus on value. They create something meaningful. They solve problems, help people, and build skills that make money a byproduct, not the goal. Stop running in circles. If all you're chasing is numbers in a bank account, you'll never feel like you have enough. Instead, chase impact, chase purpose, chase growth. When you do that, money follows. But this time, you're in control. Money is not the problem. The way people use it is. Too many people let money control their lives. They wake up thinking about it, they stress over it, and they let it decide what they can and cannot do. But money was never meant to be the master. It's supposed to be the servant. Think of a hammer. A hammer is a tool. You can use it to build a house or destroy one. Money works the same way. When you use it wisely, it builds freedom. It opens doors, it creates choices. But when you let it take over, it destroys peace of mind. It traps you in a cycle of always needing more, never feeling secure, never feeling free. Look at people who are truly free. They don't just work for money, they make money work for them. They invest in their future, they create streams of income, they make smart decisions that give them control. Stop letting money decide your life. Use it with purpose. Spend it on things that matter. Save it for things that count. Invest in what builds your future, not just what fills your present. Make money the tool, not the master. The difference between being broke and being wealthy starts in the mind. It's not just about how much money you have, it's about how you think. Some people see money as something that comes and goes, others see it as something they can grow, multiply, and control. That difference changes everything. A poor mind says, I can't afford it. A rich mindset asks, how can I afford it? One gives up, the other looks for solutions. One sees limits, the other sees possibilities. The way you think about money shapes the decisions you make, and those decisions shape your future. Look at people who built wealth from nothing. They didn't wait for a lucky break, they learned, they took risks. They made money work for them instead of working for money their entire lives. Meanwhile, others spend every dollar they earn living paycheck to paycheck because they never shift their mindset. You don't need $1 million to start thinking differently. You just need to stop seeing money as something outside your control. Change the way you see money and you'll change the way you use it. Change the way you use it and you'll change your life. Most people believe that the harder they work, the more they should earn. But let me ask you, if that were true, wouldn't the hardest working people in the world be the richest? The truth is, your income isn't based on how much effort you put in, it's based on the value you create. Think about two people working the same 40 hours a week. One makes minimum wage, the other makes million. Why? Because one is doing what anyone can do, while the other is solving problems others can't. The marketplace doesn't pay for effort, it pays for solutions, ideas, and impact. If you want to increase your income, don't just work more hours, learn how to offer more value, develop skills, solve bigger problems, make yourself irreplaceable. The moment you shift your focus from time to value, your financial future starts to change. From the time you were a child, you were told to study hard, get good grades, and find a stable job. But let me ask you, how many schools teach you how to build wealth? How many classes explain how money actually works? The education system was designed to prepare people for jobs, not financial freedom. It teaches you how to follow instructions, work for a paycheck, and depend on someone else for security. But the real world doesn't reward workers the same way it rewards owners. Investors, business builders, and risk takers create wealth because they understand one thing. Money should work for them, not the other way around. If you want to break free from the cycle, you have to learn what school never taught you. Learn about assets, cash flow, and ownership. Stop trading time for money and start making your money work for you. That's how real wealth is built. Every month, millions of people wake up, go to work, and wait for one thing. A paycheck. That paycheck feels like security, but in reality it's a leash. A leash that keeps you tied to a job you don't love, working hours you don't control, and living a life that someone else designs for you. Think about it. The moment your paycheck hits your account, where does it go? Bills, rent, food, loans, gone before you even get a chance to breathe. Then what happens? You go back to work, waiting for the next check to repeat the cycle. That's not freedom. That's survival. The biggest trap isn't just the paycheck, it's the mindset. People believe that as long as they have a steady job, they're safe. But jobs can disappear overnight. Companies can replace you, but your bills won't stop coming. If you only rely on one source of income, you are one step away from financial stress. The way out? Stop thinking like a worker, start thinking like an owner. Learn to create income streams that don't depend on your time. Because real security isn't in a paycheck, it's in control over your time, money, and future. People talk about job security like it's a guarantee. Like if you show up on time, work hard, and stay loyal, you'll always have a paycheck. But let me tell you something, that's a lie. Look around. Companies lay off workers overnight. Businesses shut down without warning. Technology is replacing jobs every single day. And the people who thought they were safe, they wake up one morning with an email that says, "We appreciate your service, but we have to let you go." Then what? Bills don't stop, responsibilities don't pause, but that so-called secure paycheck is gone. Relying on one income source, one salary, is the biggest financial risk you can take, because that money is not in your control. Your boss controls it, the company's profits control it, the economy controls it, and if something changes, your whole life can be turned upside down. Real security comes from owning your income. Having skills that can make money no matter where you are. Building something that no one can take from you. Because when you control how you earn, you control your future. That's real security. If you don't own your income, you don't own your life. That's the truth most people ignore. They spend years working for someone else, hoping that paycheck will always be there. But here's the problem. If someone else controls how much you earn, they also control how you live. The only way to have real security is to take control, to build something that doesn't depend on a company's budget or a boss's approval. And that starts with an ownership mindset. Think about it. Every wealthy, successful person you admire has one thing in common. They don't wait for opportunities, they create them. They don't ask for permission, they take action. They invest in their skills, their ideas, and their ability to make money on their own terms. That doesn't mean you need to start a business tomorrow, but it does mean you need to stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like an owner. Own your skills, own your time, own the value you bring to the world. Because the moment you shift from relying on a paycheck to creating your own path, that's when real freedom begins. Most people spend their whole lives chasing income. They work harder, climb the ladder, and hope that a bigger paycheck will finally bring freedom. But the wealthy, they don't play that game. They know that income alone will never make you free. Let me ask you this, if you stop working today, how long can you survive? A week? A month? That's the difference between income and assets. Income stops when you stop working. Assets keep paying you whether you work or not. Look at anyone who has built real wealth. They didn't just earn money, they built things that paid them over and over again. Businesses, investments, real estate, intellectual property, things that make money even when they sleep. If you want real freedom, you have to shift your focus. Stop thinking like a worker and start thinking like an owner. Build assets, not just income, because when you do, the game changes forever. Most people think building assets is only for the rich. They say, I don't have enough money to invest, and use that as an excuse to do nothing. But here's the truth. You don't need a fortune to start. You just need a different way of thinking. Look around. Every dollar you spend is a choice. Most people buy things that lose value. Clothes, gadgets, entertainment. But the wealthy, they put their money into things that grow. Even with little money, you can start. Buy books that teach you financial skills. Learn a new trade or build a side business. Save small amounts and put them into stocks, index funds, or even a cheap rental property. Start something online, a blog, a product, a service. The key is to stop thinking about what you don't have and start using what you do have. Small steps today create massive results in the future. If your entire life depends on a single paycheck, you are walking on thin ice. One bad month, one company decision, one unexpected crisis. Everything can change in an instant, and then what? Bills keep coming, food still needs to be on the table. Life doesn't stop just because your paycheck does. Let me tell you something, job security is an illusion. Even the most stable companies downsize. Even the most hardworking employees get replaced. If your only source of income is tied to one employer, you are not in control. They are. Look at history. People who relied on one paycheck thought they were safe until they weren't. The pandemic, economic crashes, layoffs, these things happen. And the ones who suffer the most, those with no backup plan. Now ask yourself, what would happen if your paycheck disappeared tomorrow? Do you have a second stream of income? A side business? Savings that can cover months of expenses? If the answer is no, then it's time to change. Start building something now. Even small steps, investing, freelancing, learning new skills, can save you from future disaster. Because depending on one paycheck is not just risky, it's a trap. Not all income is created equal. The way you make money determines your freedom, your future, and how much control you really have over your life. There are three main types of income: earned, passive, and portfolio. And if you're relying only on the first one, you're stuck in a cycle that keeps you running but never lets you get ahead. First, there's earned income. This is what most people depend on. You trade your time for money, your salary, your hourly wage, your paycheck. The problem, it stops the moment you stop working. You're only paid for the hours you put in, and there's a limit to how much you can work. Then, there's passive income. This is money that keeps coming in even when you're not actively working. It could be rental income, royalties, or an online business. It takes effort to set up, but once it's running, it works for you, not the other way around. Finally, there's portfolio income. This is money made from investments, stocks, dividends, real estate. It's how the wealthy grow their money without depending on a paycheck. Now look at your life. Which one are you relying on? If it's only earned income, it's time to change. Because real security comes from having multiple streams, not just one. Most people work hard for money. The wealthy make money work for them. The difference? Passive and scalable income. If you don't have money flowing in while you sleep, you will always be stuck trading your time for a paycheck. Passive income is money that keeps coming in even when you're not actively working. Think rental properties, digital products, royalties, and automated businesses. It takes effort to build, but once it's running, it earns for you, whether you're working, traveling, or spending time with family. Scalable income is even more powerful. It means your income isn't tied to the hours you work. A doctor sees one patient at a time, but an online health course, it reaches thousands at once. A freelancer gets paid per project, but software, it sells while the creator sleeps. This is how the wealthy break free from the cycle of constant work. They create systems, invest in assets, and build things that grow without needing them every second. The question is, are you stuck in a job that stops paying the moment you stop working, or are you building something that pays you forever? You have 24 hours in a day, so does everyone else. The difference between those who struggle and those who thrive is how they use their time. If you work full-time, you might think there's no room for extra income. But here's the truth, there is always time if you make it. 1 hour before work, a lunch break, 2 hours at night. That's more than enough to build something that pays you beyond your paycheck. Start with what you already know. Can you write? Sell a digital product. Good with numbers? Offer bookkeeping services. Skilled at fixing things? Start a repair gig. The key is to pick something simple and take action. The first dollar you make outside your job changes everything. It proves you don't have to rely on a paycheck forever. The question is, will you keep waiting, or will you use the time you have to create a better future? There are only so many hours in a day. If your income depends on how many of those hours you work, you'll always be stuck in the same cycle, working, earning, and running out of time. But what if you could break free from that? What if you could grow your income without working more? That's where leverage comes in. The most successful people don't trade time for money. They find ways to make money work for them. They create something once and get paid for it over and over. Think about an author. They write a book one time, but it keeps selling for years. Or a business owner who sets up a system that runs even when they sleep. Instead of just working harder, find a way to work smarter. Build something that doesn't rely on your time alone. Because when you do, your income won't have a limit, it will have freedom. Making more money doesn't automatically mean you'll have more wealth. It sounds strange, right? But look around. How many people do you know who earn 6 figures but still struggle financially? The truth is, the amount of money you make isn't what determines your financial future. It's what you do with it. A person earning $500,000 a year can still be broke if they spend it all. Fancy cars, big houses, expensive vacations. None of that means wealth. It just means high expenses. If your lifestyle grows every time your income does, you're not building wealth. You're just running faster on the same treadmill. Look at athletes, celebrities, or lottery winners who had millions and lost it all. They didn't lack money, they lacked control. The key is learning how to keep and grow what you earn. Instead of upgrading your lifestyle with every raise, invest. Build assets that pay you back. Because real wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep and how hard that money works for you. If you don't control your money, it will control you. More money should mean less stress, right? Then why do so many people feel even more pressure when their income increases? The answer is simple. Lifestyle inflation. Every time you earn more, there's a temptation to spend more. A bigger paycheck leads to a bigger house, a nicer car, and expensive habits that once seemed unnecessary. Before you know it, your expenses have caught up with your income, and you're no better off than before. Think about someone who gets a raise and immediately upgrades their life. New gadgets, fancier restaurants, luxury vacations, but instead of gaining freedom, they're stuck in a cycle where they have to keep earning at the same level just to maintain their lifestyle. That's not wealth, that's a trap. Now, look at those who build real financial security. They don't let every extra dollar slip through their fingers. They invest it, save it, and use it to buy their freedom. If you want to get ahead, break the cycle. Before increasing your spending, increase your savings. Before upgrading your lead, most people work hard, get their paycheck, pay their bills, cover their expenses, and then try to save whatever is left. But here's the truth. If you wait until the end of the month to save, there won't be anything left. That's why the rich don't do it that way. They follow a simple but powerful rule. Pay yourself first. What does that mean? It means before you pay the landlord, before you pay the utility company, before you spend a dime on entertainment or shopping, you take a portion of your income and set it aside for yourself. Not for spending, not for splurging, but for building your future. This is how wealth is created. Not by hoping there's something left at the end, but by making sure there is. If you make $1,000, take at least $100 and put it away before doing anything else. If you make $10,000, take at least $1,000. It's not about the amount, it's about the habit. The rich don't save what's left. They save first and spend what's left. Do this consistently, and over time that money grows. That's how fortunes are built, not by luck, but by discipline. Festily upgrade your future. Because the goal isn't to look rich, it's to be free. Most people spend their money first and then wonder why they have nothing left to invest. But wealth isn't built that way. The rich follow a different approach. They invest before they spend. Why? Because money that gets invested grows, money that gets spent disappears. Imagine you earn $1,000. If you invest even a small portion of it, that money has the chance to multiply over time. But if you spend it first and invest only what's left, you'll never have enough to build anything meaningful. Think about someone who bought stock in a growing company years ago instead of buying expensive shoes or the latest gadget. That investment could now be worth 10 times more, while the shoes have worn out and the gadget is outdated. The difference between struggling financially and building wealth comes down to one simple habit: invest before you spend. Being rich and being free are not the same thing. A high income can make you rich, but financial independence is what makes you free. Think about it. How many people earn 6 figures yet still live paycheck to paycheck? They drive expensive cars, live in big houses, but if they stopped working today, they'd be in trouble. That's not freedom. That's a trap. True financial independence means your money works for you, not the other way around. It means having enough assets, investments, businesses, or passive income to cover your life without depending on a paycheck. Look at people who built wealth wisely. They didn't just earn money, they made it grow. They focused on assets, not just salaries. They didn't chase a lifestyle, they built one that could sustain itself. If you want real freedom, don't just aim to be rich, aim to be free. Fast money is like a flame. It burns bright, but it never lasts. We've all seen it. Someone wins the lottery, lands a lucky deal, or jumps on a trend at just the right moment. They go from nothing to everything overnight. But give it a little time, and where are they? Broke, desperate, chasing the next shortcut. Why? Because money without wisdom is a trap. If you don't know how to build it, you won't know how to keep it. Look at athletes who made millions but ended up struggling. Look at people who made quick cash and risky investments and lost it all. The pattern is clear. Fast money fades because it was never earned with real knowledge, patience, or discipline. True wealth isn't about how much you can grab in the moment, it's about what you can build, protect, and grow over time. Every dollar made without effort is a dollar at risk. Instead of chasing quick cash, learn the skills, build the habits, and develop the patience to create something that lasts. Because real wealth isn't found in shortcuts, it's built step by step, brick by brick. Some people wake up every day hoping for a lucky break. They think, if I just win the lottery, if I just land the perfect job, if I just get discovered, everything will change. This is the lottery mindset, a way of thinking that relies on luck instead of action. But here's the truth, luck is not a strategy, hope is not a plan, and waiting for the perfect moment is the fastest way to waste years of your life. Look around. How many people have wasted time chasing shortcuts, expecting an easy way out only to find themselves stuck in the same place year after year? Now, compare that to the wealth mindset. People with this mindset don't wait for luck. They build their own luck. They understand that success isn't about one big break. It's about showing up, doing the work, and learning from every step. They don't ask, when will I get rich? They ask, what skills do I need to learn? What habits do I need to build? So which mindset are you playing? Are you sitting back waiting for life to change? Or are you making the moves that will change your life? Most people think wealth comes from one big win. A sudden breakthrough, a massive paycheck, or a lucky investment. But real wealth isn't built overnight. It grows little by little, like a snowball rolling down a hill, gaining size and speed over time. Imagine planting a tiny seed. You water it every day, but at first nothing seems to happen. A week passes, then a month, and still there's barely a sign of growth. But underground, something powerful is happening. Roots are spreading, preparing for the moment that seed breaks through the soil. Then, one day, it happens. The first sprout appears, and from there, the growth is unstoppable. This is how compound growth works. Not just in money, but in everything. Every hour you spend learning, every dollar you save, every healthy choice you make, it all adds up. At first, the result seems small, almost invisible, but over time, they explode into something bigger than you ever imagined. The question is, are you planting seeds daily, or are you standing still, waiting for to happen, because in the end, small moves don't just create big wealth, they create a life that few people ever get to experience. There's one resource more valuable than money. You can lose money and make it back. You can fail and start over. But time, once it's gone, is gone forever. Look around. How many people waste time like it's unlimited? They put off their dreams. They scroll through distractions. They say, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week, then next year. And before they know it, they're standing in the same place, wondering where the years went. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Every day you delay is a day you could have been building, learning, or creating something that moves you forward. The people who win in life aren't always the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who treat time like gold and refuse to waste it. So ask yourself, are you spending your time building wealth, skills, and freedom? Or are you letting it slip away? Money fades, cars rust, houses crumble, but a true legacy, that lasts. Too many people chase wealth without thinking about what comes after. They work, they earn, they spend, but when they're gone, what remains? A few numbers in a bank account? Or something deeper? Look at the names we remember. People who left something behind. It wasn't just wealth, it was ideas, impact, and change. It was the lessons they taught, the people they helped, and the way they lived. Your legacy isn't what you collect, it's what you create. It's in the wisdom you share, the lives you touch, and the example you set. Wealth may pass through hands, but the way you shape the world, that's forever. So ask yourself, when your time is up, what will people remember? What will you leave behind that truly matters? 5 years from now, your life will be different. The question is, will it be better or worse? Time moves, whether you do or not. Every day, every decision, every hesitation shapes your future. Some people sit still, waiting for life to hand them an opportunity. Others take action, knowing that nothing changes unless they do. Think about it. Where were you 5 years ago? What dreams did you have? What promises did you make to yourself? Did you follow through, or are you still standing in the same place, making the same excuses? The truth is, nothing stays the same. If you're not moving forward, you're falling behind. The job you hate won't magically get better. The body you neglect won't suddenly become strong. The goals you push aside won't chase you, they will fade. 5 years from now, you will look back at today and either feel proud that you took control or regret that you wasted more time. Which will it be? Because the price of inaction is not just lost time, it's a life you could have lived but never did. Change is hard, it's uncomfortable, it pushes you into the unknown. But do you know what's harder? Staying the same and expecting life to get better. Every day you refuse to change, you pay a price. You pay with missed opportunities, you pay with stress, frustration, and regret. You pay with years you can never get back. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, only to watch months or years slip by? How many times have you settled for less because stepping up seemed too difficult? The truth is, staying the same is far more expensive than the effort it takes to improve. Imagine two people. One pushes through discomfort, learns new skills, and takes risks. The other stays in their comfort zone, waiting for the right time. 5 years later, one has built a better life. The other is still stuck, wondering where the time went. Change might feel like a struggle, but so is staying in a life that doesn't fulfill you. The only difference is one struggle leads somewhere, the other keeps you trapped. So ask yourself, what price are you willing to pay? No one is coming to hand you the life you want. No one is going to knock on your door and say, here's your dream, here's your success, here's your happiness. If you want it, you have to take control and build it yourself. Too many people live on autopilot. They follow the path that was set for them. What their family expected, what society told them was safe, what felt easy, and then they wonder why they feel stuck, unfulfilled, or lost. But the truth is, if you're not designing your own destiny, someone else is doing it for you. Look at those who created extraordinary lives. They weren't handed a blueprint, they wrote their own. They made choices that aligned with the future they wanted, not the past they were given. So ask yourself, are you living on your terms, or are you just following someone else's script? How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow? How many dreams have you put on hold waiting for the perfect moment? Let me tell you something, there is no perfect moment. There is only now. People waste years waiting for the right time, the right mood, the right circumstances. But life doesn't stop. Time keeps moving, and every day you wait is a day you'll never get back. Think about this. How many opportunities have passed you by because you hesitated? How much further could you be if you had started when you first had the idea? Successful people don't wait. They move. They take action before they feel ready. So stop waiting. Start now. Start messy, start small, but just start, because the longer you wait, the further your dreams drift away. And one day you'll wake up and realize that someday never came.